And Oliveboard English. And here is our class. And we have started the session. All right. So hello everyone. Good afternoon to all of you. I hope you all are doing great. Today is the last day of the year and we are here to discuss the chemistry question because see, every Tuesday we discuss biology questions. Then on Wednesday we do the chemistry questions. And then, sorry, the NCERT science series is there which you can refer. All right. Chapter wise we are doing the classes. We have started from class 6 and similarly moving ahead we will go to 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. All right. So let us begin with our today's session. We'll start with the first question. Okay. So I hope you can see the question on your screen. Which of the following substance is highly plastic? So which substance is highly plastic? Quartz, mica, granite or clay? So as you know that which of these you can blend easily, it will change its shape and then it will get back to its shape. That is what we call as plasticity, right? In simple terms. So it is your, anybody? Clay. All right. So clay has the highest plasticity out of this. So this is highly plastic. All right. Because it can transform, it can change the shape and it can get back to its shape. I have to look this side. I'll check if I can place this one here because this is the YouTube session. No? So I can place this here also, I think. I don't need the other keys. All right. This is fine. Okay. Let us look at the next question. Okay. Please keep on answering as well in the chat box. All right. Okay. The National Chemical Laboratory, India, is located in. So, in which state it is located? The National Chemical Laboratory. It is located in, it is a fact-based question. If you know, you know. So, it is located in Pune. So, the correct answer will be option number 4. That is Pune. It is located in Pune. All right. So, let us come to the next question. Aspirin, if you have heard about aspirin, why it is used? It is suggested that an aspirin should be kept in the purse of those people who can say suffer from any kind of heart problem. Okay, so aspirin is commonly named as, is it named as salicylic acid? Is it named as methyl salicylic acid, acetyl salicylic acid? What is it? So it is nothing but your acetyl salicylic acid, and it is suggested that in some kind of diseases it is suggested to be always kept handy. All right, so the answer here is option number what? 4, that is acetyl salicylic acid. All right, read the next question. Try to give your answers as well in the chat box, whatever you feel is the correct answer. Okay, so try to mention that. Carbon monoxide, that is your CO. Carbon monoxide is an inflammable gas. Which of the following is also inflammable? So carbon monoxide is odorless but inflammable gas. What else is inflammable? Helium, nitrogen, oxygen and hydrogen. So select the one. For example, oxygen will support the inflation or will support the burning process. But which of these is inflammable in itself? So that is your, what is the correct answer? It is hydrogen. So 4 is the correct answer. Hydrogen is an inflammable gas. That is why it is not used in, say, balloons, etc. And helium gas is used and not hydrogen gas. All right. Next question. Read the question. Which one of the following metals do not react with water to produce hydrogen? So, metal does not react with water to give the hydrogen gas. Okay, so they are asking this. Which one will not react? Okay, let us see. So out of this, potassium, we know sodium, potassium are highly reactive. So sodium, potassium cannot be our answer. Sodium will burn in water. It will give the fire. Okay. Lithium or cadmium. So the answer here is, it is cadmium. Cadmium will not react with the water to produce the hydrogen gas. Okay. Next question is about the ozone. Ozone layer depletions. We get many questions on this. So what does ozone consist of? Does ozone consist of, say, oxygen only? Or it consists of oxygen and nitrogen, hydrogen and carbon, or oxygen and carbon? Today we are going to do 50 questions. I forgot to tell you that now we have, so I asked you for suggestions, right? So 25 questions and 50 questions. So I thought that since now we are doing the basic level questions, right, in the first few sessions, so that is why we are including 50 questions. Okay. So ozone consists of only what? Oxygen. Only oxygen, nothing but it is O3. So that is only oxygen, right? So that is why A1 is the correct answer, consists of only oxygen. Next question. Read the question. One of the constituents of tear gas is. So tear gas is, it consists of what? It consists of ethane, ethanol, ether, sweet smelling, or chlorpyrene. So it consists of chlorpyrene, and that can also be used as say anti-infectious for or against the insects. In case of the farming also it can be used. All right, it can lead to killing if used in a very high dose. Okay, it has a distinct smell as well, which can be identified. Next question is about atomic clock. You must have heard about an atomic clock. If not, then the atomic clock is based on transition in, is it the sodium, caesium, magnesium, or aluminium? What is used? So caesium is used in atomic clock. So in atomic clock, what is used? Caesium is used in atomic clock. Okay, so 2 is the correct answer. You can keep on writing the keywords if you want to, about like a fact sheet also you can write down. Rest what you study. Rest of the things you can write down in a, like a, say, one word sentence, small keywords. Okay. Silver halides are used in photographic plates because they are. So why silver halides are used in photographic plates? So why are they used in photographic plates? Because oxidize in the air, soluble in hyposolution, reduced by light. So what happens? The silver halides, they are reduced by the light, as a result of which this photographic can takes place, and as a result of which you will also see those where they are working with the photographic films, those rooms are always dark. You see in the movies also that they are dark rooms. Okay, so that is the reason, because they are reduced by light. So 3 is the correct answer. Next question. Tetraethyl lead. What is it? Tetraethyl lead, TEL, is. So is it a catalyst in burning fossil fuels? An antioxidant? No. A reductant? No. An anti-knock compound? So what is it? Is it a catalyst or anti-knock compound? It is an anti-knock compound. So you can just write down tetraethyl lead is an if you will know that this is in batteries, this is in motor vehicles, and anti-knocking features is in vehicles, so you can connect both of this and give the correct answer like that also. The isotope. Read the next question. The isotope used for the production of atomic energy is. So a very basic question. For the production of atomic energy, uranium-235 is used. So 1 is the correct answer. Which of the following is not a nucleon? We know that proton, electron and neutron are there. So these three will not be the answer. Eliminating, we are left with positron. So positron is the correct answer. Try to give the answers in the chat box as well. The material used in the manufacture of lead pencil is. So what is used in the manufacture of lead pencil? There is no lead in lead pencil because lead is toxic and children often bite the pencils. Yes or no? So it is graphite. So remember, there is no silver in the silver metal jewelries. And there is no lead in pencil. So we call it as lead pencil, but it has graphite. Okay, next question. If all the bullets could not be removed from a guy shot in jury of a man, it may cause poisoning of. So if somebody is shot by a gun, that means bullets are inside that person. After some time, that person might die if all the bullets are not removed. So what kind of poisoning will take place in this particular case? Even if they will not die, then also the poisoning can lead to, say, some organ has to be removed. So that kind of things can also happen. Why? Because there is lead, and due to this lead poisoning only this thing happens. So answer is lead poisoning. I told you in German silver metal, there is no what? German silver, an alloy does not contain the metal. There is no silver. This question was there in the first class also. Read the next question. Oxygen, which is a vital for life, is a product of photosynthesis and comes from carbonates from soil, carbon dioxide, water, or the oxides of mineral elements. When I was discussing photosynthesis in my class, every time I will tell the answer to this question, that CO2, H2O, in the presence of sunlight, there is C6H12O6 plus O2. So what people think is this O2 is because of this CO2, but that is not the answer. This O2 is because of the splitting of the water molecule. Okay, so it is because of splitting of the water molecule, that is, it is because of the H2O. It is because of the water molecule. So the answer here is, it is because of the water molecule. All right. Next question. Detergents are, after the world wars, they started with this detergent. So what are detergents? Detergents are sodium salts of fatty acids, sodium salts of sulfonic acid. So yes, detergents are sodium salts of sulfonic acid. Next question. Read the question. The noble gas used in radiotherapy is. So which gas is used in radiotherapy? The radon gas is used in radiotherapy. So 3 is the correct answer. Steel contains. So what is the proportion? This question we had seen with a different option. It was there. So we have to remember that it is between 0.1 to 2% carbon. So 1 is the correct answer. 0.1 to 2% carbon. Read the next question. The chemical which is commonly used for cloud seeding or artificial rain making. So for artificial rain, what is used? This has been quite some time they're asking this question. So we use silver iodide for the artificial rain. Many a times it has been repeated, silver iodide. So if you are new to the sessions, then you can simply write down artificial rain, and here you can write down silver iodide. Okay, like this also many things will be covered. Next question, the substance that is added to make natural rubber strong and more bouncy is. So natural rubber is not that strong, right? So for making it strong, what is it used? So for making the natural rubber strong, we use sulfur. Okay. So remember, we use sulfur. Sulfur is used. Next, white phosphorus. White phosphorus, how is it stored? How is it kept? So white phosphorus is always kept by dipping it in water. The reason is it is very reactive. If it comes in contact with the air, then it will start the reaction. So it can be very dangerous, as a result of which it is kept in water. Galena is a, so what is galena? Check 4. Yes, last question, correct answer. Yes, start giving the answers in the chat box. It is good. Galena is a mineral of, so what is galena? It is a mineral of lead. Okay, so galena is a mineral of lead. Magnesium is, if you will look at the name carefully and just break it down, then also you will get the answer. We can see here magnelia, it is magnesium. Okay, till here it is magnesium. And from here, what can we see? We can see aluminium. Yes or no? So it is a mixture of your aluminium and magnesium. Aluminium and magnesium. Next question is about galvanization. So what is used in galvanization? It is used for, say, preventing rusting of iron. A coat is used. Okay. So galvanization of iron is carried by using what? It is carried by using the zinc coating. All right. Zinc coating is done so that the rusting of the iron will not happen. Next, the coke gas or the coking gas. What is it? Okay. It is a mixture of, coking gas is a mixture of. Sorry, they should be cooking, no? It's not that coke option. They want to write cooking. Okay, cooking gas. The normal LPG that we use at home. Okay. The normal LPG that we use at home is a mixture of propane and butane. Okay. So the normal LPG that we use in our house, it is a mixture of propane and butane. Read the next question. Dry powder fire extinguisher contains. So what does dry powder fire extinguisher contain? So it contains sand. It contains, okay, in many petrol pump you can see sand is kept like this hanging in the buckets. Okay. So it contains sand. It contains sand and sodium carbonate. It contains potassium, sodium bicarbonate. So what is the correct answer? It contains sand and sodium bicarbonate. Okay. It contains sand and sodium bicarbonate. Which type of glass is used for making reinforced plastic? Okay, we call them as, by name itself, we call them as fiberglass. So it is nothing but the reinforced plastic. Okay, So the correct answer here is fiberglass. Read the next question. Two elements which are used to absorb neutrons to control the chain reaction during the nuclear fission is. What happens in the nuclear reaction? We have fission. Okay. What happens in case of a hydrogen bomb, that is far more dangerous? We have fusion. Okay. In hydrogen bomb we have fusion, and in nuclear reaction we have the fission. Now they are asking what are used to trap it, okay, or to control it. Okay. So we use boron and cadmium, boron and plutonium, cadmium and uranium, uranium. So we use boron and cadmium. So 1 is the correct answer, boron and cadmium. Read the next question. The most commonly used chemical in the artificial rain making of cloud seeding is. Already in some form we have seen that it is silver iodide. Silver iodide is used for cloud seeding or for artificial rain. Next question. Which of the following can be used to absorb neutrons to control the chain reaction during nuclear fission? So what is used to control the chain reaction? What can be used? Boron can be used. We have already seen about boron and cadmium. So if like this the question is asked, then we are selecting on boron. Hydrogen bomb, we have just before some time I told you, hydrogen bomb, it works on which principle? Fission? No. Fusion? Yes. Controlled fusion, uncontrolled fusion. Since it is a bomb, so we will go for the uncontrolled fusion. All right. Next question. Read the question. Supersonic jet causes pollution by thinning off. So when there is a supersonic jet, then it will go through the atmosphere, and then there is the O3 layer in the atmosphere, and it causes the thinning of the O3 layer. Okay, so supersonic jet causes pollution by thinning of the O3 layer. Which type of glass is used for making glass reinforced plastic? Just before some time we had seen that we call them what? We call them as which of the following causes Itai disease? So Itai disease is caused by what pollution? It is caused by cadmium pollution. Okay, so it is caused by cadmium pollution. Cadmium is the correct answer. Glycol is added to aviation gasoline, is used in aviation, okay, because it reduces evaporation of the petrol which is used, or it increases efficiency of petrol, prevent freezing of the petrol, or reduces consumption of petrol. So what glycol does, it reduces or it decreases the freezing. It prevents the petrol from freezing. Okay, so 3 is the correct answer. Which of the following mineral is found in the monazite sand? So what is found in the monazite sand? Thorium. Thorium is found in the monazites. Yes, correct. Next question. Read the next question. Nowadays, yellow lamps are frequently used as street lights. Which of the following gases is used in this lamp? So what is used in this lamp? Anybody? Sodium, neon. Neon strips are used. It's not light. That is the neon strip which will give that halogen effect. Okay, that light effect. So sodium is used in these lights. Sodium is the correct answer. Read the next question. The element which is used for vulcanization of rubber, we have already seen it is sulfur. Sulfur is used for vulcanization of rubber. Which of the following is responsible for the extra strength of Pyrex glass? So Pyrex glass, they have extra strength because of what? It is because of potassium carbonate, lead oxide, borax or ferric oxide. So what do you find here? You find borax, because of which this extra strength is there. So borax is the correct answer. Read the next question. Which of the following could be used as fuel in propellant or rockets? So in rockets, can we use liquid hydrogen only, or liquid hydrogen plus liquid nitrogen, liquid oxygen plus liquid argon, liquid nitrogen plus liquid oxygen, or liquid hydrogen plus liquid oxygen? So what is there is here liquid hydrogen plus liquid oxygen. So D is the correct answer. Next question. You must have heard about the gypsum. So the addition of gypsum to Portland cement helps in increasing the strength, it helps in rapid settling of the cement, or it prevents rapid settling of the cement. Cement, it will instantly become hard and cannot be used. So it is used to prevent the rapid setting of the cement. All right. Read the next question. The constituents of automobile exhaust that can be cancer causing. So multiple times we have seen lead is very bad. It is carcinogenic. It is cancer causing. Read the next question. Hard steel contains. We have seen normally it is say up to 2%. Okay. Then in case of steel. But then there are different categories as well. So in hard steel, it consists of 0.5 to 1.5%. Okay. So 2 is the correct answer here, 0.5 to 1.5. Just if you remember that it has to be less than 2%, which I have discussed in many sessions till now actually. In 3 times, there will be different questions and different options, but somewhere if you know it is 2%, less than 2%, then you can answer the question. Okay. Read the next question. Cement is formed by strongly heating a mixture of what? Limestone and graphite you will mix? No way. Limestone and clay. Limestone, that is a chalk, and graphite. No, remove this. And clay and graphite. Graphite we don't want to add. So we are going to go with limestone and clay. Okay, so the correct answer here is limestone and clay. Limestone and clay. Okay. Glass is by definition only what is glass, and if any glass, if it will be very old, you will see from the top side it becomes thin and from the bottom side it increases. Why is this? Because it is actually a super cooled liquid. Glass is a super cooled liquid. Look at the next question. The temperature of oxyacetylene flame is around. So oxyacetylene, in case of welding, there are different flames and there are different calorific values, and in oxyacetylene acid the temperature has to be very high because you have to make the welding. But look at the options, all are very high options. So how to answer? If you know, then you know it is 3200 degree Celsius. Next question. The refrigerant that is used is freon. And freon is, what is freon? Calcium tetrafluoride? No. Difluoro-dichloromethane, yes, difluoro-dichloromethane is used as a respirant now. Previously, the chlorofluorocarbons, they used to go up and deplete the ozone layer. That's why. The balloon filled in. Okay, so if a balloon is filled in, say, for example, helium, then it rises in the air. Why? What is the reason behind this? Because the reason is because air exerts an upward force? No, because the balloon is weightless. Is the balloon weightless? No. Helium is less dense than air. Yes, helium is less dense than air. Okay, and it can carry it upward. So 3 is the correct answer. Glass is, this is question number 51. So we will do 50 questions in today's session. What is glass? Glass is nothing but a super cooled liquid. Okay. So we have done 50 questions in this particular session. So questions, yes. So initially we are going with the, say, basic level questions. We are also doing the NCERT, where from basic to advanced. There also we have 10 MCQs, almost 10 to 15 MCQs in each sessions. And there class wise, standard wise, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we are increasing the level also because the level itself is increased. Yes, Abhishek, which topics are most SSC mains exams? And today itself, I will make a video on by evening, so you will get it either today or tomorrow for SSC mains. For GSDK, I'll make a separate one, and for current affairs, I'll make a separate one. All right. So today itself, I will make these 2 videos for tier 2 specifically. All right. So I will try to include as much detailing as possible. All right. So I think I'm going to end this session here. Take care, everybody. It is too cold, so please take care. And I'll see you live in the next year now, that is in 2026. All right. Chalo. Bye-bye.